beautiful loves of the world? Is me, Queen Hammer, and I am going to do a part 1 of the series, and it's called Ho 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 Drarry Christmas. It's by Fanfiction Fluff, and it's and the name it is me, so that's kind of funny. I will start with 1, and it's called Chapter 1. Okay. A/N. Okay, welcome. First of all, I'm writing this for my best friend. Maybe for other people who want to read it. It's just going to stay in my drafts for now. But who knows? I will be writing these with different POVs. But it's not technically their POV since I write in third person. Also, not everything is going to be correct with how it really went in the original Harry Potter series, obviously. I tried doing research, but if they have class together in this story, that doesn't mean they also do in the original series. Sorry if that bothers you. You can imagine them any age you want. In my head, they're like 15 to 16. Also, I said this in the description of the story, but the art for the cover is made by Up the Hill Art on Instagram. It's so cute. I'll include that too. Draco POV. In Slytherin dormitory, Draco Malfoy was working on his homework when he saw Pansy Parkinson's come in. She was biting her lip, looking like she had just won the lottery. You would not believe what I just heard, she started, while she pulled back a chair to sit with Draco. Would I care? Draco asked. She flipped the pages of his book and wrote something down. Disinterested look in his face. It's about Potter? Draco instantly looked up when he heard the name, and Pansy grinned, happy to have his attention. Well, spell it out, Pansy, he said, a little too quickly. He later realized. I heard them talking about how Harry has a crush on you. You, of all people. Can you believe that? She looked away into the distance, thinking. Draco tried to process this information, and he couldn't wrap his head around it. Where was this coming from all of a sudden? Pansy was staring at him, waiting for his reaction. Well, I don't know. I didn't know he liked guys, Draco lied. Oh, please. What was your explanation for seeing him make out with a Ravenclaw guy, then? Don't you remember that? Draco certainly did, though he tried to erase that image from his mind. Thank you, Pansy. I think he's bi, actually. I mean, wasn't he dating that Weasley chick? Weasley girl. Sorry, I got way too into this character. Pansy asked. Her voice sounded disapproving. Don't even start about her. Draco thought to himself. He rolled his eyes. But what did they say? He asked, trying to understand the situation. He knew for the fact Potter didn't like him. So what was this about? They were like jokingly make fun of his crush on you. She shrugged and just stared at Draco. And Draco tried to sound as uninterested as he possibly could. But sometimes he felt like Pansy already knew about his feelings for Potter, even if he had a hard time admitting them to himself. Well, they were sitting in the library, talking about who they got as partners for the potions project. Then I heard that Hermione girl, say something along the lines of, I bet you wished for Draco, didn't you, Harry? And then she giggled. Pansy stopped to make a disgusted face as she said the word giggled. Draco nodded and Pansy continued. Then Weasley said, for Merlin's sake, Harry, just ask the guy out. You know how I feel about him. But honestly, this waiting around is unnecessary. To which they all just laughed, and then Harry denied it all. She shook her head up disapprovingly. So Harry didn't like him. That wasn't helping. That certainly... Draco was stopped, as he didn't know what to say next. Good news? Ridiculous? Finally he said, odd. I know, right? But it would kind of make sense, don't you think? He's been flirting with you for years now, she said. But Draco laughed it off. Potter wasn't flirting with him. He was making fun of him. You could confront him, Pansy suggested. Confronting Potter? He didn't think so. The only time he ever spoke to him, he was insulting him. Draco shook his head no as a reply. He heard Pansy sigh in annoyance as he returned to his homework exercise. Harry's POV. Harry was staring at the ceiling, trying to fall asleep. He couldn't stop thinking about what Hermione and Ron had said in the library. How did they even know? Was it really that obvious? He sighed. It was possibly the whole school knew about by now. He could only imagine Draco finding out. He probably already knew. It is... To this, he sighed even more dramatically. Harry, for Merlin's sake! Harry heard Ron saying, Sorry, I didn't know you were still awake. What are you thinking about? Ron asked after a moment of silence. Nobody. Oh, so it's a person. I don't know. Harry, maybe you should just talk to them, Ron said, as if it was that easy. Ron, I don't think you understand. This person really doesn't like me. I don't even know why I fell for them. Well, I do. They're perfect, he sighed again, even more dramatic. Harry, we both know who this conversation is about. I'm almost certain he likes you back. Harry's heart stopped. Yeah? I was actually wondering. How did you even know I liked him? Well, for one, you stare at him every chance you get. You also talk about him all the time, trying to change the subject to him without being noticeable. Did you see Malfoy today? What the heck did he do to his hair? At first, I thought you were just really hated the guy, and you were really annoyed with everything he did. But then one day I was talking with Hermione, and she said, Seriously, Ron, isn't it obvious? He likes him. Maybe he wasn't admitted. He hasn't admitted it yet to himself. But if you would pay more attention, you would notice it. And then when I did pay attention, it became obvious, Ron said. Harry should have known. Hermione was the one to figure it out. Just try to go to sleep and make a plan in your head about what to say to him. Either one is fine, as long as you stop sighing very loudly. And with that, Ron fell asleep, leaving Harry alone, thinking. Okay, guys, I'm going to stop it here. That was part 2 of part 1, chapter 1. I hope you guys liked that. That was really fun for me. Well, guys, I can't wait to hear from you guys with your merch ideas. Don't forget to check out my Discord and all my social medias down there. Send me your merch ideas. And I love you guys so much. Be happy, be healthy, and always be loving. Bye-bye.